What up, friends? Geoff Fienberg here with you for oddschecker.com/US, giving another edition of this week's Northern Trust Open Picks. If you missed my outright picks video with Rick Run Good, Rick Gaiman, that dropped yesterday in the Odds Checker feed. We talked about our favorite outright selections for this week's action. FedEx Cup Playoffs have begun. As well, Rick and I did a Ryder Cup video where we gave our projections for how the captain's picks will play out at the Ryder Cup. Wow, it's here. I mean, we're in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Ryder Cup's around the corner. 3 weeks of exciting golf. None probably better than the one we are going to get this week. Best field of the year. Maybe the hardest tournament to win. With that will come a very finite group of players who I believe can win. As I said, Rick and I discussed that already. Go catch that video. Don't forget, hit that like button. I'm going to be giving a couple more outright winners in this video who I didn't drop with Rick, as well as some props. Let's get right into it. Outright winner, 40-1, Hideki Matsuyama. I made the move on Matsuyama. Rarely do I used to bet Matsuyama quite often. A lot of majors, a lot of big events, a lot of L's. But you got to just love what you've seen from Matsuyama this year. Has followed up his Masters win with a slew of consistent form. The results have been here or there, but the form, it's just nonstop ball striking, strokes gained approach. Green flashes when looking at those metrics. And we're on bent grass, an even surface for Hideki, one of his better ones. Hopefully he can find a way. If he can just putt to event average, he'll be just fine. This could have been Paul Casey. In many ways, they strike the ball beautifully, and you get yourself worried when they get into trouble. I like Paul Casey a lot, pivoted off him. That is what it is. I've just decided I'm going to bet Hideki Matsuyama. Victor Hovland. Victor Hovland, I have also bet. He is 30-1 on that odds checker grid. That being said, let me say this. Odds checker is an outstanding service. It's an outstanding service. Like many of you, been using it forever, long time, long before I started doing videos for them. Sometimes, as betting is becoming more prevalent, as legislation is passing to allow more people to get in on the fun of sports wagering, more betting options, betting opportunities present themselves. More sites, more regulations to allow these sites to run legally. That being said, like many of you, I didn't just start making wagers on golf or anything else in 2019, 2020, whenever the legislations started to pass. Been making bets for a long time, and I've been using Odds Checker for a long time. And sometimes maybe a book that you might have access to isn't on their grid. That's okay. That's fine. We still love using the grid to let us know how good that number is. So you shop everywhere. Even if it's your buddy wanting to make a bet with you to take your action. He offers you a number. You can use Odds Checker to realize how silly, how dumb your buddy is for giving you that number, whatever the book might be. So I love using Odds Checker in all respects. That being said, there are some books flashing 40s on Victor Hovland this week. Not on the grid. I'll still microdose that 35-1 with you. I can't quit. Victor Hovland, 40-1 at a course that just seems to, if he gets in trouble, we'll be in a bit of trouble. But I'm expecting him to hit every green. This is just a ride. I don't even know. Why do I have to talk about it? You've been watching these videos. Victor Hovland, for me, first leg of the FedEx Cup. I'm expecting a big week from Victor, and we'll talk about him again because it's not the last time I'm going to mention him. You guys know what's coming up next. Well, maybe you don't, but you know what's coming at the end. Victor Hovland, top 20, plus 175. I mean, when's the guy not top 20? There's no Zalatoris to bet this week, who missing that top 20 was soul crushing last week. But Victor Hovland plus 175 using that odds checker grid for that top 20 this week in a shortened field feels like a number I'm going to take advantage of. Sergio Garcia, top 20 plus 300. Didn't mention it with Rick, but if you see my picks below, we do have a Sergio Garcia 90 to 1. That's just something. I've been betting a lot of Sergio. His putter just sucks. I'm just not. Could be Casey, could be Neiman. It's Sergio, a guy that I'm betting that I'm going to add to this card, who's let me down a lot. I'm going to bet Sergio. The ball striking remains there. Hopefully he can get hot with the putter. The Ryder Cup factor around the corner. Watch my Ryder Cup preview with Rick Run Good. That dropped on Monday for Odds Checker. We broke it down. I gave you my thoughts on Sergio's case. After we recorded that, Justin Rose goes out and has a fantastic week. So I believe Sergio Garcia is going to play well this week. I think he's going to continue to play well, but obviously banking on a little putt luck. So I've got Sergio plus 3 to 1 on the top 20, and I got Sergio 90 to 1 for that victory. Speaking of Ryder Cup, guys rounding into form for a captain, not like he needs to worry, but Ian Poulter. I'm playing Ian at plus 360 for that T20 this week as he looks to solidify his captain selection on the Ryder Cup team. Not that I think there's much doubt in that, but I'm going to take advantage of the discrepancy in Ian Poulter outright odds, which are allowing Ian Poulter T20 odds to be bumped in quite a few places. Using that odds checker grid, you see Ian Poulter ranges to win this golf tournament anywhere from 55 to 90 to 1. From 55 to 90 to 1. And that means that there are some books with like 160 like 170 T20 numbers on Ian Poulter. I'm using that odds checker grid. I find a plus 360 on Ian to top 20. He's had some good success in New York State. Maybe the fans heckling Bryson, they'll leave Ian alone this time. You never know. Unlikely. I personally hope when we get to, would it be 2026? I want Phil versus Ian in New York State at Bethpage Black, Ryder Cup Captains 2026. Might be early on both. They'll both get there, but 26 might be a little early. But wouldn't that be fun? New York State, Ian versus Phil, RC Captains, after we're in Rome, right? We're going to Rome next after Whistling Straits. That'll be fun. So we got that Poulter T20, the Hovland T20, the Sergio T20. Now I'm going to be some head-to-heads. We're picking on Brooks. JT over Brooks and Bryson over Brooks. Both minus 120. I'm picking on Brooks. I'm taking those other elite players in that range this week. I believe they set up better for the week with Brooks. Brooks had a really strange week at St. Jude. At a course that he's won at a course that he's played second at. Maybe everyone just needs a little time off, a little R&R. Brooks being no different. But I'm going to step in front of Brooks this week with head-to-heads with Justin and Bryson. I've also played a head-to-head of Hideki over Scott. I was able to get this at minus 110. It's now minus 140. I don't really know what happened there. I don't really know what smart people started to pound this. I don't think I'm one of them. I mean, I've got a little stake. I don't think that would be enough to move a line like this, but search for that one. I'm not even going to throw it on here documented because I feel bad posting something that's 140 that I got it at 110, but I'll be riding that so you could cheer for me in that form. I'm keeping on that Hideki train in a prop as well, and we're not going to stop. Victor Hovland, 100 to 1 by a field goal or more. Is it crazy? Yeah, but this season's rounding to an end, and my silly bets, they'll be coming to an end soon, but I'm not going to stop now. Victor to win by more than 3. That's 100 to 1. That is something that I am going to be playing this week as well. Spoken about it a lot this week. What an exciting event. There are so many great card builds that I'm seeing, unless you're betting long shots, because I don't think they're going to win. Obviously, I've looked dumb before. I'm prepared to look dumb again. Seeing people making a small card. It's Dustin and Rory, or Dustin and Spieth, or Rory and Spieth. You want to take two of those guys? That makes a perfect card. I don't disagree with that at all. all those guys. Just even comparing this event again to majors, it's so weird to me how many guys would say be like under 22 to 1, under 20 to 1, under 18 to 1 in a major. And then the odds we have this week. So some great opportunities to build a betting card. That winner ain't coming north of 40. It ain't. That's just my opinion. And if it does, it'll probably someone who I bet a lot and didn't bet this week, like Neiman or Hatton or Finau. Who knows? May the winners be all of ours. FedEx Cup playoffs are here. The best event, arguably, of the season. We're going to get a banger finish. That's what I'm expecting. Hopefully, we got a horse on Sunday to give us a sweat. I'm Geoff Fienberg. I'm out.